Can hear me? Yep.
Yeah, yes, I can.
Yeah. Okay, let me share my screen. Yeah. So right now, team, you can hear me, just put a thumbs up. Yeah. So basically, this is a place for advisors. It's a freelance side gig. And before we start, disclaimer. Yep. So we will record this session. So that is more for training and purpose for other training purposes, as well as more reference for everyone. Yeah, especially for those who are intending to create your first session with us. Okay, so today's agenda is who is what is an advisor, why should you join Bridge? All this content actually we do have on the 2nd May in our YouTube. You can actually visit, but I just briefly go through. The main concern is that what is your role here? Your role here is actually to share your experience of 10, 15 years, something that you're good at, to share to the public. Our database is about 55 millions, targeting Southeast Asia, India, Pakistan, in England and UK and US, we are holding back because of the time difference. So we like to target all those people in Indonesia, Malaysia, Myanmar, Cambodia first. So targeting Singapore advisors, bring out our expertise to go the other side, mainly because we are magnet. A lot of people would like to come to Singapore, but end of it, of course, as a Singaporean myself, I realized that actually a lot of opportunities overseas, and maybe that is where you can tap into that. So in short, in the next 6 months to a year, you are able to get a counterpart who is good at certain things. For example, people who are good at advising in social media technology or strategy, and you are able to hear the other side of the grass is maybe greener. Okay. So yeah, so I also touched on a digital asset and what's your payout. Okay, so icebreaker, there are 7 billion people in the world. How many of these people are actually actively studying and learning? So some of you will say 1.4 who are really students. The answer that we will give is actually everyone. The moment you are born, you are actually learning. The moment you are about to meet your heaven maker, you are also learning. So basically, there are about 7 billion. So your target audience can be reaching out to a big group of people. Okay. So in short, you are teaching adults, mainly from 23 all the way to 70. And you are into 3 factors. One is to give them the experience of you as a career guidance. Secondly is that you have some subject head that you are very good at. You are able to share based on experience of content that you have. Okay, so what is an advisor? So an advisor is a person, individual, educate, share valuable knowledge, and to prepare for mentorship. So example, programmer, 20 years of experience, and this 20 years of experience will add on to some added advantage to people who are in their 20 plus. And you as an advisor, you should be about 40 plus, 30 plus who have a lot of experience in that. Okay, so you as an advisor, you should be able to have a lot of case study analysis, market research, and you should be able to do some prediction model. So you should be able to, based on experience, that this is going to happen and this is not going to happen. Later, I'll share with you something about that. Then basically, you're able to have a understanding what does this whole advisory role in Singapore is about. Okay, of course, you have the desire to give back to society and educated, like-minded individual. So take note that you are also finding your staff, your manpower staff, as in your counterparts who you think you can be, who likes to associate it with you. Okay, so basically this is why should you join is self-explanatory. You can actually, so what your content. So this is a one-to-one session. Your content will be recorded and we will send out and distribute out to the world. So basically, Southeast Asia as a first priority. After that, we will reach out to the countries in the West. Okay. So, yep. So how do you start off being an advisor is that you will start to create your first promotional Zoom session. So basically this is about 30 to 40 minutes to sell yourself. So let people know what are you good at, and how do you actually deem yourself as an advisor. Okay, and of course, this is because there will be payment involved, so we need to have a contractual agreement with you, as well as how you are being paid. Okay, so every time you sign up, you will need to sign a contractual agreement. It's actually our terms and condition, and basically, once that is being done, we will approve your case. Okay, so pretty easy. First promotion Zoom session. Write down what you're good at. Have a plan in mind what you want to write. And after that, you will just publish. Okay, take into consideration there's some teething issue previously, or people who don't understand, is that Bridge will have your copywriter and the video editor doing your video, editing your video and making it as a package for you. So basically, you're just creating a Zoom session like what you're doing now. Like I'm a teacher now, I'm teaching you, I'm creating a Zoom session, and my audience are the rest from the floor. So this is what you'll be doing, and you will be a home-based setting or in an office setting where you're taking about 30 minutes to 1 hour to create your first session. Okay, so yep. So this is the flow chart. Okay, so after which you have done for editing, we will publish and we will charge the public that is a member $7, and that it will be considered as your royalty. Okay, so this one I just leave on the floor. Any questions, please ask me, because there are the last two sessions, there are people who ask me about this and they are not really sure. So there are two income. One is the hourly rate they are charging based on the hourly rate, like for example, 7:30 to 8:30. That's the hourly rate I charge as an advisor. And after this session is being recorded, it will be sent, it will be published, and you will use as a publish. We will publish out to the 55 million database that we have. Okay. So target audience, these are the industry we are targeting. So if you are into this, I would say it will be good for you to come on board. Okay. So types of content, these are the contents.
Can I ask a question?
No problem, yeah.
Hi, Brian. Yeah, so this is interesting to me. I don't know if you know what I do as a business, but it kind of applies to everyone. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah.
What I do is I have a product that harmonizes all the radiation that you get off a phone, a wireless router, a smartwatch, a laptop, an electric car. All of that energy is imbalanced. And what we do is we balance it out, right? So I could produce a little product that says, hey, here's all the dangers of wireless radiation, and here's how we fix it.
Yes.
And here's all the tests that we've done on the human body to show that the body says yes, that the body really feels benefit. So is that the kind of thing that would really benefit from dropping that content into this engine that you've got, right?
So
I'm sorry if I'm making it all about me, but I'm just trying to visualize how
So you have a problem and you have a solution.
Exactly.
So that's what we are looking for. So firstly, radiation, you need to talk about radiation. Then after you come with a solution. Yeah. So after that, once this video is being published, I will ask you more detailed questions. Have you thought of other things? So that will be the member who will engage you after they see the first promotion video. That is what you are doing for your team. Yeah, that is the direction we are going for.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. So that is one of the content that we'll be writing. That's the one of the content that we'll be looking for. So basically, it's about yourself. What are you doing and your experience? And whatever you have learned for the last 20 years, do not go to waste. Write it down, create a content, and basically you publish. And after which we will ask you who do you want to target? So for example, team, I reckon you're not from local. So you would like to target people in UK. Then please let us know so that we can reach out to people that we have in UK.
Yeah, I mean, I used to live in Singapore.
Okay, good.
So I guess that might be how you found me on LinkedIn or whatever, but I'm glad you did.
Yep.
I'm now back in the UK.
No problem.
Yeah, sure. I mean, look, that could when I introduced the Omnia product, that's the name of my product, the Omnia radiation balancer. I introduced that. Then off the back of that, I could do some learning about how I set a business up. You know, how
Yes.
I created an e-commerce business
So
of
that's
my
your
own, how I
second.
created a brand,
Yeah. So
that kind of thing. So,
that will be
but
your
in answer to your
second.
question, I'd love to sell this in Asia. I'd
Yeah.
love to sell this in Asia because we don't do a lot of business in Asia, and I know people are absolutely surrounded by a lot of wireless energy in Singapore. I know from my days there that it's an incredibly electrified city.
Yep.
So it'd be a great place to start. Yeah.
So so team, so basically your second product will be, second video or second session will be, how do you create online businesses, and what's the problems and difficulties that you face, any regulatory issues, any government stat board problems, and what are the red tapes that you handle, and the thought process that why did you do certain ways and why didn't you do certain ways. So this is the second promotion. This is the second video that you can actually do.
Great.
So then you have the third video. Is radiation going to be a thing in the past, or how are we going to handle? So you could divert. So the moment you got 5 or 6 videos or sessions under, we call it as digital assets, then it will be under the passive income, and we'll just reach out to as many people as possible.
Great. And I mean, does it have to be kind of professional standard? What kind of standard are you looking for?
It's just like now. It's basically very candid, like now.
Right.
It's
okay.
So this is a recording session.
The important thing is sharing and the knowledge, I guess. Yeah.
And genuine thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move on.
Okay.
Any question, Rina and Janet? You can just, because it's a small group. Yeah. So okay. So these are the content. So we do not do children's education, MLM, mental health, and taboo contents. Yeah. So if you are a school teacher, teaching student, our target audience are minimum 20 years old all the way to 70 years old. So these are not the type of customers that we are actually targeting. So team, you also can actually do a video content on how do you get hired in UK, or if you are intending to migrate to UK, something in that form, because you are rather niche here. Because why? None of us are UK citizen. So we may want to.
I wish I knew how to get hired in the UK.
Yeah. So that's the whole structure. Something that we are lacking. You could, maybe you're there, and maybe you're able to share experience.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So that's the whole idea. Yeah. So basically, once you publish your content, your video, I need to have 3 things: the title of your video, and write a short synopsis of what is it about 500 to 1,000 words. And after that, who do you want to target? Who do you want to target, and what is the category? So for team, you're looking at maybe engineering. I'm not sure. So we have a few category that you can choose from. Okay. So So
I think I'll be health and wellness.
Health and wellness. Yeah, we do have it as well. So basically, 70% will be paid to you. 30% will be paid by Bridge. The second passive income will be. So this is how we pay you as. So the first session is your promotion video. We will not pay you for it. We use that to bring customers to you. So the moment you have a free member talking to you by chatting with you and asking you, team, can I engage you for an hour? And that's where your hourly rate comes about. Okay. So this is the first part. The video is your hourly rate. That is your first content. That's more important. And the second one will be your second income. That's your royalty. So we charge this video, team. It will not be available in YouTube. It should be quite unique and authentic. And basically, the person who view will pay $7 for it. So we brand this as a digital asset. And this digital asset will be live for 36 months. After that, we'll pass it back to you. So we will start the moment people pay $7, you will be paid $3.50, and Bridge will take $3 for distribution costs. Okay. So in short, give a good video, try to have good reviews, and try to have good structure and content, and basically let us distribute your content for you. Okay. So So that is how you that's how the whole system comes about. Okay, so basically how do you create your first content, first video? So basically it's actually your CV. So you go to your LinkedIn, it's your CV. So basically this is me and that is what I do. So I run hotel before the COVID, very lucrative businesses, but COVID strike, no blood. There's nobody coming on board. There's a lockdown. I lost quite a lot of money in hotel. So I run 3 hotels. So basically, I just telling my experience. Why did I go into hotel? What's the purpose? So I went to hotel is because I would like to buy a hotel in Singapore because that's the fastest assets growth in Singapore. Better than commercial, better than industry. So I talk about my experience, and I am not used to being a tenant. I'm more used to being a landlord. So this is how you talk about experience if you do not have any content. So for Leonard, maybe if you're into Bitcoin scene, blockchain, it's something very unique, but end of it, at the back of mind, you must address to the public that is it going to stay on. So that's one thing that I would say because I'm an investor. So Bitcoin, NFT, all that I'm very well versed. So but at the back of my mind, I can't be sure that Bitcoin is, so I don't invest until I'm very sure. So of course, this is brick and mortar businesses. Real estate is something that is doing well in Singapore. And can I say that in UK? I'm not sure because I do not know. But maybe someone in this floor will be able to advise that actually they are also buying real estate in UK and they create it as maybe an Airbnb platform or whichever. So it's talking about your experience. So this 30 minutes to 40 minutes is really talking about yourself. Okay. So of course, if you do have any content that you can publish, you publish. So I run hotels. Basically, I run everything with the help of technology. Manpower, I do. Revenue management, I do. So eventually, why do I talk about hotel is because I'm looking for my target audience. My target audience will be investors who wants to have high ROI, investors who want to mix around with me, people who wants to be a GM, and foreigners who like to come to Singapore to work. So I may be their future employer. So take into consideration just one advice or one video I do, my target audience is all these 4 categories. So I will tell Bridge as an advisor that please help me to reach out to this group of people. So that is how we do it. So of course, if Leonard, you're doing an investment, Bitcoin, so we talk about alternate investment. People who are keen in stock market. Will people be keen in doing business? Maybe not because the returns are too slow. And maybe high risk investment or high yield investment. And maybe I don't think any fixed income derivatives will be involved as well. So it really depends on what you are doing and what you are telling. So basically, that's the whole idea for it. So another example is that, for example, I'm going for an exam. And I didn't study. And I happened to talk to Rena. She's teaching about business operation. So 1 hour with Rena, maybe her fees is about $80 to $100. And she just tell me the good points, summarize the whole point, and I just go to exam to just get to pass. So this is something that we'll be doing. So the third example I would say is I'm trying to hire someone, but let's say, for example, so let's say I use the example of team. I'm trying to hire someone who can do an e-commerce website, but I got no expertise on that. So what I do, I talk to team, and maybe his hourly rate is about $100 to $200. And I ask team, can you let me know what are the questions I should ask for this interviewee to answer? So in the interview side, they will not know that Brian do not know a lot of things, but as if he knows a lot of things. So for example, and if the interviewer is able to answer the question, then of course he get a job. But what if there is issues after 3 months? So Tim will be the next person I can talk to. Tim, I have this problem. 3 months ago, I spoke to you. I think I need more advice on hiring this group of people again. Because the 1 hour that we done 3 months ago is very surface. So in short, you are just telling. So Tim will tell me, Brian, you should consider doing this. You should consider doing that. If someone say this, maybe his character or his mindset, or he may not aware of this sort of situation. So team will be advising me on that 1 hour. So this information that we have recorded will be useful for the public, the 55 million database that we have. Okay, so
and what's the front end experience for the customer? I mean, I understand that I, as a content provider and an advisor, I'm dropping content into your engine, and you're going to find the customers who are interested in that kind of thing, right? What's the front end for them? How do they find you?
Yeah, so for them, you once it's posted, you will be going to Bridge Connect. So we just roll on the 2nd of May. So this is how you will get to see. So this is our 5 minutes preview. Your video, this video will be into 2 parts: 5 minutes preview, 5 to 6 minutes preview, and 60 minutes preview. 60 minutes the full video. So I will be able to see first what is team talking about, what is team is talking about, and just a preview. So if I'm not pleased with what I see, I may want to click on the first session. So this is still the 5 minutes preview that team you have done. Then these are the synthesis that you have prepared. So this will enable me to know what actually you are trying to teach before I pay my $7. Okay, so once I pay my $7, then of course they will get it. And after that, they will be able to chat with you. So team, I saw your 1 hour video. Thank you for your radiation time. I'm a businessman, for example. I'm keen to buy your product, or we can do some franchise business. Then team will start to do his business already. Yeah, so that is how the whole flow comes about. So you as a content writer, and this page is actually sent to the world. Okay, so that is the whole.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so that is the whole purpose of it. So, so if you think at the back of the mind now, if you think that you can do better than Brian, then I think please welcome, because I'm 43, 44 this year. So I'm a businessman since I'm 25, 26. I'm not employable because mindset different. Secondly, I believe in automation. So I believe in partnerships. So basically now the whole idea is that you also must understand that we are also having a advisory role and investor role. So the investor role will come on board after 1 year. That's where the whole structure will come on board.
Hi Brian, I have a question on this intro video. Okay. So seems like because we can make 40 minutes is quite long. So are you suggesting for us to go, because yes, I will explain about myself in a concise manner, what is my experience. But then after that, right, do you advise us to go wide, whereby I explain the things that I can explain? Because besides crypto and blockchain, I'm very familiar with any type of capital market product, future options, bond derivatives. Am I supposed to go?
Examples. You give case study. In 2003, what happened? 2023, what happened? So does history really repeat? So you need to ask yourself this question.
Okay, and, so should I go wide, or should I go specific things that I want to talk about, like crypto, or I should go wide of anything to do with capital markets?
Okay, so in short, what do you want your reader to ask you the second question, second video?
I see. Okay.
So in short, you see, this is my profile. So when you sign up so Gabriel Ong is my son, he's an advisor, 9 years old, he's an advisor. Okay, so this is how it looks like. You come in, you put in your CV. About me, this is a test market, my resume. So basically when you put your resume, I run this hotel, 3 hotels, but it's words, whereas the video is live. My hourly rate is 288. My industry is this. Okay, so this content resume will be shown to the public, because the person, when they click on you, will know who are you. So imagine you are teaching. Okay, so for example, team, you mentioned you are a businessman, but you can't speak English. Then funny. So something in that form. So this is mainly to ensure that who they are clicking is validified. Then after that, you start to have you ask the advisor. So this is where you start your whole session already. So once you start your advisor, then you will create your first session. Yeah. So this is your first session. So this is my topic I'm going to send. I create my first session. The moment I create my first session, it will lead to a Zoom session like what you're doing. And it's recorded. You start your show already. Hi, I'm Leonard. I'm into crypto, Let me show you 4 points or 5 points. First one, capital market. Case example, prediction model. Number 2, Bitcoin, crypto or whatever. And recent year in 12th of May, there's a meltdown. So what is your perspective? Number 3, then I don't know what you're talking, stock and market. So is stock market better? And number 4, maybe you talk about property investment. I'm not sure. And after that, once it's recorded, you will come to us, we'll edit, we'll preview, and we will post it. So this is the video that you see, team, just now. Yeah. Okay. So the first total paid viewers is 4. The first 2, we will not pay you. So for this person, Brian, he will get $7 because there are 2 additional members who sign up for it. And you will go into your credit wallet. So if you have 1 video, you have 2 video, you have 3 video, you start to earn passive income, and that is how you track. Okay, so I show you one more is how it works on a credit. So it's based on credit. You can withdraw every week. Every Monday is the cutoff time, and we will send to your bank account. That's the reason why we need you to have a contract with us. Okay, any other questions? Yeah. Renner, are you there, Renner? Yeah.
Yes, I'm still here.
So basically, this is the whole structure. So it's to have passive. Yeah. So what happened is that over the course last 1-2 years after my hotel, I saw a lot of 40 years old to 55, a lot of experience, but they are actually wanting to get employment. They are not keen. They are not open for businesses, and they are good at certain things, but they are waiting for their employer. So as an employer, if I see your resume and there's many options to choose from. So if you are talking, you are having a video, there's some credibility of it. Yeah. So that's the difference that we are doing. So in short, you are a job seeker, you're an employer, you could be an advisor, investor. So this is how you are being viewed. So it's based on transactions. Okay. So of course, as an advisor for Gabriel, he is able to convert himself as an employer or job seeker. So if let's say he convert himself as a job seeker, give me a minute. Yeah. Okay, it's not working. Yeah. Okay. Then you will swing back to the profile as a job seeker. Okay. So that's the whole idea of it. So once we have about 10 to 15 advisors, we will reach out to our database. Our database is about 55 million. Yeah. Southeast Asia, Singapore is about 1.4 million. That's the reason why we can reach out to your inbox. Yeah. So for Tim, he's in UK. We'll target to UK citizens. Yeah. Give me some time, it's lagging.
How did you get that database?
We are in job portal, so we are able to get a lot of things. Yeah.
Right,
so we have 56 million. So let's say now you are into UK. Let's go. Yeah. So.
And a second question, I mean, are you able to communicate with them via email?
Only through email.
Only through email, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of because of PDPA as well, only through emails. We can't contact them through number. So Tim, you do something, we'll reach out to 4.7 million people. Valid contacts.
Amazing.
So 4.7, they will say, hey, I also want to be like Tim. I also do have the expertise. Then we will start to snowball already. So Leonard, you are into Indonesia.
Yeah.
All right. So where are you, Indonesia? So Indonesia is 1.1 and 270. So it's about 1.4. So Leonard, so for you, the first 5 minutes preview, you need to tell them that actually you're from Indonesia. So if you can, you do some Indonesian accent or your mother tongue. Like I'm Chinese, I would say, Ni hao ma, I'm Singaporean. So people know that I'm Chinese. So for Leonard, if you're Indonesia, please, so that there is some connection immediately. So what you do is once your video is up, you'll broadcast to all these Indonesian, about 1.3, 1.4 million. And after that, there will sure be people who is similar to you, they will say, I want to be like Leonard, let's embark. And that's where the thing will grow.
Okay. Do you suggest me to create 2 video in 2 different language or one video?
One. We are all English based.
Okay, English based. But I can put in a bit of Indonesian somewhere there. Okay.
Because your target audience will be, I want to target to Indonesian and big market, huge market. This is only for my email list. There's also Facebook and LinkedIn. So we will be doing that to reach out as many as possible. So the moment they see your video, they will see. But end of it, you must be very open to it. Okay. So that's the whole thing. So once you got like 10 or 15 videos, you need to understand your first video is on crypto, second video is on capital market. So a person will ask you, hi, Leonard, I need some advice. So can you go to video 1 and video 2? Don't spend your money of $100, just pay your $7. In the event you want to engage me, see the video first, because that video will have self-explanatory already. So this content is that how Brian share with you, and I tell you a bit of my experience. So my expertise in real estate, my expertise in business, and my most probably is these 2. I'm not very good at human resource, but I understand why people will come to me, why people will work for me. Okay, so of course, if you ask me, I would like to hire someone. Maybe Rainer is actually a human resource manager. So I'll ask her for advice. Hi, Rainer, I want to hire this group of people from Australia. Do you understand their culture? Or perhaps maybe Leonard, I want to hire someone from Indonesia. Can I understand your culture and how can they fit into my company business? And I'll ask you a very detailed question like, what about when a person say yes, is it yes? Or a person say no, is yes? And how do you reject people? And eventually, how do I terminate you? So different people got different culture in Singapore and overseas. So this platform can use for advice. So basically taking an exam in the next 3 hours, 1 hour session with Leonard, understand the culture, understand what the topic is about, and just to score a 50% passing mark to script through the paper, something in that form. Yeah, so that's the whole structure what we are doing. Okay, so that is the main gist about it. So every video or every session will have a feedback. So that's where Bridge will know whether do you really know what you know? Are you really good as an advisor? Or basically you are just playing a fool. Yeah. So basically I just need to tell you is that for this, okay, so I think let's go into the video that I have, the first video. You see 4.75 over 5. 4 is our passing mark. Okay, so once you are like 3, I will ask you or talk to you. Basically, Bridge will group these people together and ask, are you able to find someone in our system to assist you to enrich your content? Something in that form. Or maybe you may not be suitable as an advisor, but meanwhile, you learn from others. So a feedback will be good so that we will understand what went wrong so that we can correct. So we will base on feedback, sharing a story, accuracy, communication, the value, as in dollar and cent, and the knowledge, how knowledgeable you are. Okay, so in summarize, it's very simple. Create an account that is here. Create your video, then publish your video. So that's the whole structure about it. Any questions and answers? Yeah, so this is how we do it. So every week I will have a Bridge weekly meeting is to understand the sentiments and the pulse of who our advisors
are. Brian, thanks for the sharing. So for the first video, right, is it in the I take video of myself using my camera or is a Zoom recording format?
You just go inside, you will create a first session. Yeah, this one.
Oh, okay. So they will, I just go there. So I don't need to create my own video first and upload.
But you must have good lighting. So you see now, you can't see me. Yeah, so you need to have a good lighting structure so that you are visible. Secondly, so this is, once you create your first session, is once you click this, you go to a Zoom session like what you're doing now.
Okay.
You are the teacher. It will be recorded. Then you start to talk. We have a video editor and a content writer to write. So if your language is no good, our content writer will write. So do something like punching words, like let me tell you a secret, or let me share with you how I make, how I do a business, how I make a failing business of loss of 2 million to be a positive of 2 million in 2 years. These are very good content that I myself would like to know, because it's not easy. So you tell me if you're doing like F&B, I will be very keen to know, because it's not easy.
Okay. I can use slides, right, in my video?
Yes, you can share, you can link to a Zoom, you can link to a YouTube, you can have PowerPoint slides. But prepare what you want to teach, then this will lead to a second and third video.
Thank you.
Yeah. So for me, I will say there are people who will ask me about, Brian, I would like to invest. Are you able to share with me how you do it? So this group of people. Secondly is that a person is going for a job interview as a director of sales in revenue management hotel. They would like to pay my hourly rate, or they would like to see some recorded version of $7. And they will ask questions like, how do you handle revenue management where there's so many Booking, Agoda, Traveloka? So how do you really automate it, and what is the formula that you use? So I will share with him all this. Yeah. So this is the content that I want people to let me, to engage me, to pay my $200 per hour. Yeah. Okay. So, yep. Any others?
So sorry, just to ask.
Yeah.
So which means that once you create the content, it is to lead people to so-called hire you for an hour.
Yes.
To get advices or to get coaching, or how do you do that?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay, maybe Reno, your trade. What's your trade?
HR.
HR. Okay. So
yeah.
as in HR hiring process, or
I do everything, so I can do strategy, HR,
okay, yes.
recruitment, career advice. Yeah.
So basically, your target audience should be me. I'm not a HR person. I want someone to handle the HR side. So I'll talk to you, Rena. I need someone who can advise me. Can I know what's the strategy? Then you tell me your 5 years, 10 years plan, and the 1 year and 6 months plan. And being me as a character, as a person, I like this style of people. I find people. So basically, you are able to advise based on what I want. So then after that, when on your content that you want to show it to the public, you just write how Rena help a SME boss to strategize his whole HR strategy. Yeah, and inclusive of foreigners, inclusive of I do not know. So because I mean I hire people from overseas, so I have Singaporean, I also have overseas. So something in that form. So right now you must take note that whenever this content, you must lead to the second video or second session that you think people will want to engage you. Something in that form. Okay. So then after that, your part 3. Then you'll be very funny. There will people ask you, hi Rena, are you so I would like to set up a business. How can you help me in my HR plan? Correct. So they want to DIY. So they don't have expertise. So they will ask you, Rena, can I have 1 hour of yours? Your hourly rate could be $200 per hour. Rena, please tell me what I need to know. Okay, please go to this, go to this, go to this, go to this, go to that. Take note of that, until and all this will be recorded. And basically, to me, the impression is that Rena, you know your stuff, and that will lead to other things lah. It also can lead to you being employed by another person, right? Because you are telling me the foundation, but to me, I do not want to really do it. So I asked Rena, are you able to do what you just say? Rena say yes. So can I hire you? Something in that form.
So which means that in the digital assets, right, when you talk about different videos, it could be in the sense of different things that you could do.
Yes.
For example, the first one is strategic planning. Second one is hiring.
Yes.
Those.
Yeah.
So different people who require different
yes.
kind of help will go into that.
Yeah, just why your content, this content is the one that you write. Yeah, so you write there about strategy. So you must tell me case study, SME case study, MNC case study, something in that form. Yeah, so that is how we do it. So for team, you will be telling people about how you venture, how you get your first Singapore customers, something in that form. Then the whole UK businessman will know how team do it, something in that form.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I could say how I made my first £500,000.
Yes.
Right. In sales.
In sales in Singapore.
Well, I haven't done that many in Singapore, but I've done that many globally.
Yes.
So it could be like just a synopsis of how I set up how I created a brand, how I set up my technology stack, and then which marketing campaigns worked, which was successful for me.
And your thought process.
So we could go through all that. Yeah, and the whole thought process and basically allowing people to streamline their actions around, to gear them for success. Yep.
Yeah. So basically, the reason why you do this is because of this. So I'll ask you questions like, so the second video will be the second session. I will ask questions like, team, have you thought of doing this strategy, which which both of us know about it? Then you say, no, I've thought of it, but I don't think it's worthwhile because the ROI will not return. Something in that form. And during that time, I don't think it makes sense to do it. Something in that form. So at the end of it, I just want to know your thought process and why you don't do it. That's all. Yeah. So that is the whole structure of it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
It's like do's and don'ts, is it?
Yes, do's and don'ts, and you back up with case study, you back up with prediction model. But if you're able to predict, that's the best. Like I very good. Do you think real estate will go up in the next 10 years? The answer is yes. So based on what? So then I will give my examples. Yeah. Yep. So Leonard, I ask you a question. Do you think Bitcoin will be zero? Then you give an answer. Yes and no. So to me, maybe I think yes. Why? Because then you say no. Why? So end of it, there's no right and wrong answer. After 3 years, you will know whether you're right or wrong. Correct. So the whole thought process is important because we will understand how, Leonard, you analyze certain things. Okay, so I tell you a very good example. Singapore real estate is government driven. 10 years ago, the real estate, the one that I have is 2.4. Now it's about 4 million. I stay near Newton. So why? Because recently there's a spike because there's a lot of family office coming to Singapore. But what really determined that? Because of Hong Kong. And we did well for our COVID, so a lot of people is coming on board. So that's the reason why when there's huge funds coming in, real estate will go up. Secondly, so we have a lot of foreigners leaving the country. So our EPs, our S-Pass is leaving. So what happened to our Singapore manpower? All our S-Pass and EP who decided to stay in Singapore, government give them PR. So in short, they have the ability to buy. So do we have leakage in terms of people getting out of Singapore? No. So when real estate is about population growth, if there's a population growth in a particular country, real estate will go up because there's the needs and demands. So I based on this analysis. Okay, so after 3 years market crash, Brian, you bullshit lah. But that is based on 3 years ago. So that's the whole structure that we would like to analyze. But in short, I still think real estate will go up because I invested in. Okay.
So for the end of the video, do you need to have a call to action?
No, you don't need, just say, you don't need to have a call to action. You just say, thank you. We'll wish you, you can just say, hope to see, and because people will start to chat with you. There will be a chat function after that. Hi, Brenner, I saw your video. It was quite detailed. I run a company. I need to have a HR. Will you be able to advise me because my HR manager has some issues? Then Rainer, you know what to do already. So, okay, Brian, please book my slot tomorrow at 8 p.m. My hourly rate is about 150 per hour. And these are the things that I can help you. So you must let me know what are you trying to teach me. So before I ask you, you already tell me. Then I know that you know your stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Then after that, I'll ask you questions like, is there any way I can replace my HR person? Having said that, the advisors, your face, you need to show up, like Leonard and myself, you need to show up. But for a student, they don't need to know you don't need to know who are they. But the content is important. Yeah. So that's how we do it. Discuss how the position will be beneficial. So this we will add up for you. We'll we'll make it more colorful for you. So that when a person see, oh, that's how it's being projected. Yeah.
Then when, if let's say we go for the second, somebody really want to have a second session with us, right?
Yeah.
Is it possible that it be open-ended? Because maybe initially you asked about Bitcoin, then suddenly, hey, what do you think about real estate? Or say, hey, you're in Singapore, how you get in Singapore? So it can be open-ended. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So then it will be a second session, but that's provided the student wants it that way. You must tell them I will be open-ended. There's no right, wrong, but I just share you my opinion. Okay, another example is that anybody who graduate from Harvard, good university, Harvard, Cambridge, UMass, Stanford. Yeah, so those who graduate from there, and why did they choose Stanford eventually, or maybe Cambridge eventually, they share with you why they eventually choose it. So who's the target audience? Father, whose children who get A-levels and wanting to go overseas to study. So should they study at NUS or they should study at Harvard? So question mark. Because now NUS position is getting better, so question mark. But of course, if you ask me if my son is able to go Harvard and NUS, of course, the best option is that I bring him to Harvard because the potential and the exposure is higher. So you have people who are graduating from Harvard, all this to come on board, and they will share with you what did they do. I'm currently a product manager in Apple, and I graduate from Harvard, something in that form. Okay, so of course, you are having said that those Singapore to Harvard. What about Singaporean who got very good grades in NUS? Then we will target these people to Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, that people who like to come to Singapore to study. So everything that you do, there will be some value. So that's where I will position yourself. Okay, so that's the whole idea. Yeah. Any questions? I mean, we have some anybody who is any questions? Yep. Not then so that's so once you sign up as an advisor, sign the contract, then you can just prepare. Then you can do open-ended. Once you open-ended, we will clean up your video. Then we will do it something in that form, something in this one. Yeah. So it's the same structure. Yeah. So I know that Brian is talking, and I will I want to engage? So for you now, will you pay me $200 if you want to set up a business in hotel? Maybe, maybe not. So if I got more advisors, you have more options. Yeah. So same thing. Yeah. So team, you are writing about how you make a first £500,000, but the target audience is to reach out to who. You need to know who are you trying to target to. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, most of my customers tend to be parents who see their kids growing up and they're just glued to their mobile screens or wireless devices. So they instinctively know that that's not the way they grew up, and they're concerned about it. So they're the people, A, with the purchasing power, and secondly, with the motivation to make a change in their lives. And when I come in and I say, hey, do you realize what holding a phone does to your heart, what it does to your blood, what it does to your strength in your muscles, you will be absolutely blown away. You will not believe what I tell you, because the body goes weak when you hold a phone. The heart starts to race, all these things, because everything in the body is electric. Everything in your body is electric. Your heart is a big electrical pump, and all your brain waves are electrical fields, and they all get scrambled by these very powerful 5G devices that we have in our hands now. So once we get that message across, then we find lots of buyers in the parent community. The younger people, well, they just think that they're invincible, that they're never going to have any health problems and blah blah blah. So they don't tend to take action. But the older, the mid 40s, I would say, something like that, those people take action.
People like me, lah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Step forward, Brian. I'll send you a pack. You can try them.
Yeah, no problem. So after this session, Leonard, do you learn something about radiation? Yes, you will. Rainer, you learn something about radiation? You will. But will you really engage team? You will see the preview. How did he explain? Then you start to pay your $7 if you want to. The first 2 sessions is free. A member will pay. So once they engage true genuine and you're able to engage with team, hi team, I saw your video of this radiation. Do you have any alternative for people who have suffered from something in that form? Then team say, if team knows the answer, fine. If team don't know the answer, please team say do not know the answer. Something in that form.
Okay.
And so if let's say team knows the answer, then team can create the second session. Maybe you can pay my hourly rate. Tomorrow, Singapore time, 8:30. My hourly rate is 200. We talk about why did something in that form. So I'm not sure what can lead off.
Well,
so this is
my
life.
thoughts are sorry to be very sort of self-focused or whatever, but just to play this out, maybe it helps the other people on the call.
Yep.
My thoughts are, first of all, I want to raise your awareness of the fact that touching your wireless devices all day is having a bad effect on your vibration, on your energy. That's the first thing.
Yep.
And then the second thing I want to do is say, listen, invest in our product and you can balance your body. But then the second thing after that is make your money back on your pack by becoming an affiliate or a partner, right? Yep. It's really simple. We make things very, very simple. And the third stage of that is like, right, if you want to set up your own business or franchise or anything like that, then I can coach you how to do that as well. Yep. And you can even set up your own franchise selling my product if you want, and I can tell you all of the mistakes I made and how not to make those. So that would be my stepping stone approach. We'll just see whether it works or not.
Yes. Yeah. So that is the direction that we are also going for. So you lead one video to another video, lead one, then you will not know. And of course, some readers will ask you very difficult questions. You need to have some research about that. Yeah. So that is the whole idea about it. Okay. So
I've done a lot of research. So I've got it all there. Yeah.
So maybe you can start to sign up, then prepare your video. Renner, you must have your Bible next to you. Basically all your HR, CPF, MOM law, what is it, what they are. So this is good for you, so they can have some reference. Leonard, if you are doing about capital market, Bitcoin, history, talking about when it's formed, why is it a peak, scenarios, will it happen again, something in that form. So myself, if I do into business, then I will talk about scalability. I will talk about people I would like to expand. So these are, you need to prepare yourself. And it's not difficult to prepare because you are actually doing on a day-to-day basis. Like team, you are doing on a day-to-day basis. So instead of talking just to one Brian Bridge, you're talking to 55 million people. Full stop.
That is exciting.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So we are able to reach out. So this is just a EBM. So we are also reaching out to LinkedIn, Facebook. So this and LinkedIn, Facebook, and social media. So these are the platforms we do. Yeah, but 55 million is a sizable size to reach out. And that is without US and is without US, China, these 2 countries. Okay, so the moment we reach out to US, then that will be a different story. Because the US people will not want to know what is happening in Singapore and whether can they come to Singapore. Same thing, a Singapore businessman will want to venture into US. Right? Yeah. So that's the whole idea. Okay. So thanks for your time. It's been fruitful. Yeah. Hope to see your insight.
Sorry, Brian, is there a link to get started?
I will.
Things that. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you got my email as well, and we're on LinkedIn, so I can follow up there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. Any questions? Yeah. So our minimum is $30 per hour, all the way to $500 Sing dollar. So it really depends. So I would say for the first few rounds, if you got very good reviews, your price will keep going up. If you got bad reviews, your price will keep going down. Yeah, so it works like Airbnb concept. Yeah, so instead of real estate, property is people, life, and the person is life, as in is versatile. You can change. So team, I can say radiation. Secondly, business setting up. Thirdly, living in UK. Is this really what you really want? Number 3. So these are 3 contents that I can think that you can do. Leonard.
Sure.
Leonard is Bitcoin capital market. Number 2, Bitcoin capital market. Number 2, I'm an Indonesian staying in Singapore. Well, what is life in Singapore? So I target to all the Indonesian. Renner is more on HR practices. Should you replace your HR manager? Something in that form lah. I mean, that is what I think. And I'm able to create, strategize, and coach or problems that you face in as a human. Things that you can't do, I'm able to do. Something in that form. So these are the content I think is suitable for you. You can start to do some homework and yeah, just create lah. Okay, this is recorded. I will send you an email and the PowerPoint slides that I have. Then you can just have reference on that.
And if you, I mean, do you have any referral scheme or anything like that? You know, there's more people that you can just want to get involved, or I just point them to you.
Yeah, you can just point to that. Then after that, so in short, after 1 year, team, we will have a group of investors, about 7,000 of us. We would like to buy things. So buy things as in buy the business, buy you, and buy your expertise. So basically, I set up something.
I'm not for sale.
Yeah, I mean, basically, the investor point of view is ROI.
But my business is. Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, so it's more all right. So Leonard, maybe you're good at capital market, but there is 10 Leonards in Bridge. All right. So different aspects, I will see. They will interview all 10. Normally, it's like that. So Rina, you are HR person. There may be 200 200 HR specialists in Bridge. So unique selling point. So end of it, eventually they will, if I would like to hire, they can hire you as a consultant, they can hire you as an individual, or they can hire you as a staff. So the investor part will come on board. So investors is the highest tier in our whole system. They are the one that buy businesses, but maybe they are very good at certain marketing part, but they are not good at HR. Renner, they will engage your services as a consultant, something in that form. Yet they still have a HR manager, something in that form. So that will be 1 year from now. Once we have 100,000 followers or users, we will start the investor side. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye-bye. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.